Om Shrutismritipurananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavadpada-shankaram Lokashankaram Ajnananjanhavitirtham Vidyatirtham Vivekinam Sarvesham Sukhadam Tirtham Bharati Tirthamaashraye Vidya Vinaya Sampannam Vitaragam Vivekinam Vande Vedanta Tatvajñam Vidhushekara Bharati. Dear friends, welcome to the 33rd session of our discussions on Prabodha Sudhakara. So we were looking at chapter number 15, Prabodha Prakaranam. Prabodha here, as it is there in the title of the work itself, it is there in the title of this particular chapter. Prabodha means knowledge. Knowledge of that which is real, that which is true, that is the knowledge of the Atman or Brahman. So in this, the description of the knowledge is given, as well as the description of the person who attains that knowledge. What is the nature of that person? What is the gain of that person? So in the previous chapters, slowly the qualifications and the sadhana which is to be adopted to gain the knowledge have been clearly described, as well as the nature of that knowledge, what it is about. Atma Brahma Aikyam, that is Jiva Brahma Aikyam, has been described very clearly in the previous chapters. In this chapter, the Bhagavad is describing the quality of this knowledge, one can say. What is the nature of this knowledge itself? So we saw a few verses. The last verse that we saw was this particular one, verse number 160. Let us read once again and recollect. Yad bhavaनुभवस्यात् निद्रादौ जागरस्यान्ते अन्तस्य चेत् स्थिरः स्याल्लभते हि तदाद्वयानन्दम्. So here, labhate hi tada advayanandam. So that person gains the advayananda, that is the bliss of the understanding of the non-dual self, the bliss of the non-dual Atman, the bliss of non-duality he gains. When does he gain? The understanding is described here. Yad bhava anubhavaha syad nidradau jagarasyante. That reality or that experience which is there just in the beginning of sleep and before waking up. That is, just as one goes into deep sleep and before the occurrence of any dreams, there is a state of mind. In that state of mind, there is no experience of duality at all. You can observe this in your own state of sleep. How sleep gives a great peace of mind. Deep sleep without dreams, that state gives a deep peace of mind, precisely because it is not of the type of any particular experience, but it is freedom from all specific experiences. It is experience of non-dual sleep, one can say. This particular one is analogous to the Atmananda, which is also a non-dual reality, which is also the knowledge of this non-dual reality. If that becomes sthira, that becomes stabilized in the mind, then this mind is free from all duality and therefore enjoys the bliss, therefore enjoys the complete and perfect happiness. So one may ask the question here, is this verse asking all people to sleep? Because sleep gives happiness, and this verse is saying that the deep sleep state, if it is maintained in the mind, then that mind will enjoy the bliss forever. So can we resolve our problems by simply sleeping? This is not the case. You see, the sleeping person has to always wake up. The mind which goes into sleep will also come out of sleep. Such a state of mind is not being really spoken about here. The knowledge of the self happens in the mind which is ready, which is calm, which is free from all disturbances, this knowledge frees the mind. The availability of the state of mind which is free from all disturbances, all selfishness, all feelings which of duality, all desires, etc. In this mind, stability is attained. The mind is as though it is, you can imagine it as a river. The river is continuously having these ripples. These ripples are in the form of desires and worries and the various effects of samsara. When these effects of samsara calm down, the mind attains a still state. In the still state, whatever knowledge is there, the by the Shravanam Manana Nidhyasana, this mind becomes capable of reflecting the truth of the self. And this truth of the self, when it is gained, that is the point when this Advayanandam is gained. So the still mind alone does not generate the Advayananda. The still mind, which is also enriched by Shravana Manana Nidhyasana, gains the Advayanandam. Such a mind, that state of mind, even if it goes away, the Advayananda will not go away, because this Ananda, which is Advayananda, is not in the state of mind, but it is the nature of the self. So it is different from the experience of deep sleep. At the same time, there is some similarity with the experience of deep sleep, because in the deep sleep also there is no particular thoughts of duality. Similarly, in the state of this Advayananda also, the duality is not appreciated. It is not given any importance. One sees all differences are seen, but they are not given any reality. This is the state of the Jnani. This state of the Jnani one gains when the mind becomes still, and the mind also has the knowledge which is needed. That is the knowledge of the self gained through Shravana Manana and Nididhyasana. This Nididhyasana becomes perfected when the mind achieves this particular state of no disturbances, perfect calm. Then this mind is as though it is absent, then the Atma is reflected on this mind, and the knowledge becomes perfected, you can say. So such a mind is what we seek along with the knowledge which we have already gone through. Okay, now let us move on to the next verse. Ati gambhire pare jnana chidananda sagare sphare karma samirana tarala jiva taranga valispurati. अतिगंभीरे अपारे ज्ञान चिदानंद सागरे स्फारे. So this supreme consciousness principle, which one completely understands and identifies with, when that happens, what is the status of the world? That is what is being talked about in the next few verses. The status of the experiential world, what is its status? How does it change? Does it change? In what manner it changes? That is, how does the Jnani see the world? That is what is being described in the next few verses. The Acharya is trying to put into words something which really cannot be put into words, you see. This is the idea here. The Advaita Atmananda has to be something which has to be enjoyed by oneself at that particular point, then one understands. How can it be put into words? It cannot really be, but still one makes an attempt to get this idea about how the Jnani, how the Sthita Prajna experiences or has still continues to stay in the world along with the Jnana, how the world appears. In this way, Acharya is trying to guide us. So let us see Adhigambhire Apare. The deep, the knowledge here, Jnana Chidananda Sagare. So this consciousness principle, when one has become totally identified with, that is the Brahman, the Atman, Sachidananda Swarupaha, when one has understood one's own nature as Sachidananda Swarupaha, this Jnana Chidananda Sagara, I am that Sagara, I am that Jnana Chidananda, I am that Sachidananda Rupa, this is my true nature. One has understood and imbibed and they become established in that knowledge. This knowledge is in the form of the sagara. This in this particular verse, this the idea is this expansive, unlimited. Some the notion of unlimited, an infinite existing experience. We get that experience in few places in this world. One place where we get this experience of water everywhere, that is in the space where we experience the ocean, right? When we go to a beach or when we are in the sea, on a ship or something, everywhere around us we see water. So we see an expanse of water. Everywhere there is water. So there is an expansive experience that we enjoy at that point, right? So to suggest this expansive experience as the of the ocean as an analogy here, this is what is being employed. So Jnana Chidananda Sagare. How is this Jnana Chidananda Sagara, this consciousness principle which is infinite, which one identifies with? What is the nature, or how is this experience? Some adjectives. Ati Gambhire, it is very deep, it is so huge and so deep. It's on all directions. Wherever one sees, in all those directions it is. Spare, it is tremendous. It is of a great depth and a great width, you can say. Apare, it cannot be overcome. That is, there is nothing beyond it. It is infinite in its own nature. It has no limits. Unlimited, deep, immeasurable. All these adjectives can be provided here to this Jnana Chidananda. Whereas the experience of the samsari jiva is in the form of all limitations. How does the samsari jiva experience the world? The samsari jiva experience the world as various individual objects existing separately. How does the samsari jiva experience oneself? I am an individual in this world. I am a suffering individual. I am a karta. I have to do. I have to perform karma. I have to survive. I have to, struggle to be happy. I have to enjoy various worldly things to be happy, etc., etc., always reinforcing one's own limited nature. This is how the samsari lives. In the midst of worries, in the midst of transactions, in the midst of desires, in the midst of manifold sufferings, the samsari jiva lives, whereas the jnani, who's identified himself with the Brahman, with this jnana chidananda sagara, he lives a fulfilled life always. There is nothing in him which has in the form of any desire. There is nothing in the jnani in the form of any worry. There is nothing in the jnani in the form of any lack of fulfillment. So this Ananda Sagara is what the jnani enjoys all the time. Whenever he is awake, he is enjoying that. Obviously, whenever he is sleeping, also he is enjoying that. When the jnani dreams, also, if at all he dreams, in that dream also he will enjoy this knowledge, this infinite anubhava, this anubhava of the infinite he will always have. So this is the nature of the experience. What about the worldly people? What about all the other jivas who are there in this world? How does he experience them? If he does not see duality anywhere, if the jnani does not see duality, give any reality to duality anywhere, if the jnani does not appreciate duality, if the jnani does not see I am separate, you are separate, if the jnani does not experience that I am a limited person, other people are different from me, if these experiences are not there in the jnani, how does the jnani experience the other jiva, the other people in this world? So that is explained here. Karma samirana tarala jiva tarangavalihi Purati. So, on this ocean that I am, the Jiva Tarangavalihi Spurati, the waves on this ocean, which I am, these waves are the Jivas. These waves are the Jivas. All other people are only waves on the ocean that I am. This is the experience of the Jnani. All other bodies, all other living bodies, living minds, all other life forms are only expressions of myself. Waves on the ocean that I am means what? They are all expressions of myself. In one form, I exist. In each form, I exist. I exist as each form. I exist as every jiva in this world. All jivas are my forms. They are all existing as me. I exist as I exist. When I exist as this Sachidananda Swarupa, they all become existent. They all attain this notion of existence, as though the ocean gives the existence to all the waves. In the same way, I give my existence to all the jivas. So the jivas are nothing but waves on this ocean that I am, the ocean that is this Jnana Chidananda Sagara, Sachidananda Rupa. Spurati, these people are observed. They are seen as though they are waves on the ocean. Which ocean? This ocean, Jnana Chidananda Sagara that I am. What is the nature of these waves? These waves are moving about, whereas the ocean itself remains still as it is. You see, the ocean has no movement overall, but the waves seem to have a lot of movement. What causes this movement? Karma Samirana. Karma Samirana Tarala. So this karma, the jivas have karmas associated with them. They are bound by their karma. They are bound by the karma phala. So this karma phala keeps rocking them here and there, keeps moving them here and there. Hmm? These karma, the karma that the associated with the jivas, each jiva has one bank account. This bank account has a lot of karmas. These karmas keep pushing this individual here and there. The prarabdha, which is a some portion of the bank account, some portion of the karmas deposited in the account, manifests itself in this life and pushes us here and there, pushes the jivas here and there in this life. This is how the Jnani is seeing them. The Jnani does not see them as separate from oneself. The Jnani sees them as though they are all characters existing in this world because of his own existence. And these characters have some roles to play. These roles to play are dictated by their karma. So each person, each character has one karma. The Jnani plays all the roles in the world. All the jivas are played by the Jnani as though they are characters in a play or in a movie. And according to the karmas they have done, their script has been written. So accordingly, he will play in all forms. This is how the Jnani sees the entire consortium of jivas in the universe. One more example is given. Let us see. खरतरकरैः प्रदीप्तेऽभ्युदिते चैतन्यदिग्मांशौ स्फुरति मृषैव समन्तादनेकविधजीवमृगतृष्णा खरतरकरैः प्रदीप्ते अभ्युदिते चैतन्यदिग्मांशौ. Chaitanya here is a dual. Chaitanya is being compared with Tigmamshu. Tigmamshu means the sun. So it's a very common analogy that Chaitanya Vastu is nothing but the Atman, the Brahman. This is Chaitanya Vastu because it has the nature of illumining things. Whatever, it is the supreme witness of everything. It has the nature of illumination. It is not a dead entity. It is not Jada, but it is Chaitanya. It is the very core of all existence, very core of all consciousness, the pure consciousness principle that is called Chaitanya. Chaitanya means that which illuminates, that which illumines. So this is compared to the sun, which is Tigmamshu. So what is the nature of the sun? Kharatarakaihi pradipte abhyutite. So when the sun shines with all its rays, branching forth in all directions, what happens? So imagine the analogy here is the sun is shining on the desert. So on the desert sand, some mirages appear. This mirage of water mirages, the mirage of some pond or some lakes, oasis in the desert. These appear in the desert. These are mirages. So these are called Mrigatrishna. Mrigatrishna refers to the mirage of seeing some water body in the desert. Mirage means what? It is an illusion. It does not really exist. But because the sun shines in a particular way, in the combination of factors, the sun shining and the desert sand appearing in a particular way creates this illusion of there being some water body. It is not really there, but that mirage is created. In the same way, in the Chaitanya, when this Atman shines, in the shine of the Atman, uh, Samantad, Aneka Vidha Jiva. These Aneka Vidha Jiva, the various kinds of Jivas also, they also get manifested. They also appear. They also appear when the Atman exists in the borrowing the existence of the Atman. These various jivas, they appear as though borrowing the existence of the sun, the various illusions, the various mirages of this water bodies, they appear in the desert. What is the nature of these two? Both the mirage and the jiva, these are both illusions. They don't really exist. Their existence is only secondary borrowed existence. Their existence is not real existence. So both are mrusha eva. Mrusha eva means they are both illusory in nature. They don't really exist. They are both illusory in nature. One being manifested by the sun, another being manifested by the consciousness principle. But both of them are illusory manifestations. They are not there really, they only appear to exist. The real existence is the sun, the real existence is the consciousness principle alone. So that is the idea. Kharatara karaihi. So this word alone may be difficult. So kharatara karaihi means that the rays of the sun which are shining with full force. They are harsh rays, harsh rays which are coming out of the sun, you can say. That is the bright, hot sun on the desert sand reflects or manifests these mirages which appear. That is what is talked about in the first part of the verse. So let us move on. So this is the nature, this is the nature of the jivas. The jivas don't have any reality. The jivas have only borrowed reality. Therefore, the jivas are illusory in nature. Borrowed reality and illusion are both same. You see, borrowed reality is the same as illusion, is the same as not really existing, is the same as non-existent. In terms of the real existence, these are non-existent. Let us see another verse here, which is reiterating the non-existence of the entire world itself. Here, the Acharya is talking about. Antaradrishte yasmin jagadidamarat parispurati drishte yasmin sakritapi viliyate kvapya sadrupam. In the previous two, Bhagavad Padal was talking about the jivas. What about Jagat, you may ask? So Jagat also has the same fate. It enjoys the same fate. Let us not say it suffers. We can say it enjoys the same fate as the all the jivas. The jivas are illusory. The jivas only appear to exist. In the same way, the Jagat also only appears to exist. It does not have any real existence at all. So to reiterate that, here Acharya is saying, Antaha Adrishte yasmin jagat idam arat parisphurati. Jagat idam arat parisphurati. This world appears very forcefully externally outside. So, in our current state, what is our experience? I am the individual. I have a body. And through this body, I see the world which is outside me. This is our experience. Is it not? I have a body. I am individual. I am individual consciousness. I am an individual person. I have a body. And the world appears outside me. This is our experience. When till what point this experience continues? Antaha adrushte. As long as the Atman, which is the real nature of oneself, is not understood. Adrishte means it is not seen, it is not understood, it is not known. Until that point, yasmin, jagadidam arat parispurati. This world is seen outside. So forcefully. Parispurati means very clearly it is seen outside. We don't have any doubt. This world is outside me, I am within. Is it not? Now, this same world which is experienced outside, this inside me, outside me, what I am individual, all of these are connected to our understanding of ourselves as one human being, one person, one jiva, one jivatma, one I, one particular body, mind possessing I. As long as you feel that I am this body, mind, I am the entity who possesses this particular body, mind. Other people are there, other jivas are there, they are different entities, they possess their own body, mind. And everybody, one body, mind, one jiva, another jiva, all the jivas are living in the world which is outside the jivas. Until this experience or until this uh, until this particular framework is accepted. The framework that I am one jiva, another jiva, like that, crores and infinite amount of jivas are there. The Jagat or the world is different from all the jivas. So we are all characters coming into the playground and playing until we accept this particular framework. Till that point, the Atman is not seen, not understood by us, or until the Atman is not understood by us, this particular framework is accepted as true. The world will appear outside only, but yasmin drishte sakridapi viliyate kwapi, when, as and when, immediately, the moment the Atman is understood as the true nature of oneself. The moment that Brahman is understood, Brahman, Atman, both are same. They are understood as the true nature of oneself. That is the Satchidananda Rupa. I am the foundation of the entire world. I am the substance through which the entire world has come, from which the entire world has come. I am that which appears as everything. I am that consciousness principle which is not different from Brahman. That is the consciousness principle behind Bhagavan. Bhagavan and I in reality are one and the same. From Bhagavan all things come. Therefore, from me everything comes. Until this or the moment this is clearly seen, clearly understood and experienced, in that moment, from that moment, the world will not appear to be a different entity apart from me. So the externality of the experience is destroyed. I can no longer say the world is outside me. So this arat means nearby. Nearby means from nearby the body. Nearby body means outside the body. Right? Outside me is the what the person says. World is outside me. I am in the world is outside me. I experience the world. externally. This is what the person says. This experience will be no longer the case for the jnani who has understood the nature of the self, because the world will now appear simply to be an extension or a manifestation of oneself. Just like the clay becomes the pots. One clay becomes various parts, just like one gold becomes various forms, just like one actor plays various characters. In every movie, one character is playing so many movies. In every movie, one character. So like that, the characters are not different from the actor. Actor is different from all the characters. The characters are not different from the actor. All the parts are different from the clay. The clay is not different from all the parts. The clay gives its existence to all the parts. The parts exist because of the clay. In the same way, the world exists because of myself. The world exists because of myself. This is what the Jnani says. So, Drishte Yasmin, when this is understood, I am the substance of the world is understood, then Sakritapi Viliyate, immediately, the moment every part is seen as clay, the parts have no longer independent existence. Clay alone exists. So, where did the pot go? As long as I see the pot as clay, as long as I don't see the pot as clay, clay is different for me, pot is another thing. When I know that pot is also made of clay, jar is also made of clay, vase is also made of clay, this cup is also made of clay, every item which is made of clay is actually made of clay, then these items have only nama rupa. They don't have any reality. The reality is absorbed into clay. So the variation vanishes. It is not vanishing experientially, it is vanishing in reality. No longer one gives reality to the variations. So Sakridapi Viliyate Kwapi, where does that difference? The Kwapi means somewhere it goes. These variations go somewhere. The differentiations go somewhere. Vanish. They vanish somewhere. Nobody knows where they vanish. So long the mind gave some reality to the world which is external. Now the mind stops giving the reality. When the mind stops giving the reality to the external world, the world vanishes. The world cannot be existing outside. The world appears only as a manifestation, an illusory manifestation of the self. So, therefore, because what was once existing outside as though it was real, now it no longer appears to be real. Therefore, this world has to be unreal. Asadrupam hi. This world is unreal. It has to be unreal. Asadrupam. That is the last word in this shloka. Let's go on. बाह्याभ्यन्तरपूर्णः परमानन्दार्णवे निमग्नो यः चिरमाप्लुतैव कलशो महाह्रदे जह्नुतनयायाः बाह्याभ्यन्तरपूर्णः परमानन्दार्णवे निमग्नो यः. That person यः Paramanandarnave in the expanse of Paramananda, when the person has become Nimagna, when the person has absorbed oneself into the joy of the undivided, the non-dual joy of the self, the non-dual joy of the Brahman, that point on Bhahyabhyantara Purnaha. So the person becomes fulfilled from both inside and outside, it seems. Bhahyabhyantara means from inside as well as outside. Purnaha bhavati. This person becomes Purnaha, fulfilled. No longer I lack anything. Neither this mind lacks anything, nor the body lacks anything, nor from external world I want anything, nor I want some internal benefits. So long I have my journey as a jiva, throughout my journey as a jiva, I was either interested in the external benefits or the internal benefits. What are the external benefits? The external benefits include various comforts, various pleasures, various objects which I seek, various relationships, various places I want to go, including heaven. I want to go to heaven, I want to go to Swarga, etc. All of those are external acquirements, external desires, desires for external world. This is the Bahya Vastu. They are outside the body. Antara Vastu, what are the things which I want inside? I wanted so many things for myself. I wanted knowledge. I wanted uh, punya. Punya is something internal. I wanted punya. I wanted knowledge. Then I wanted freedom from sorrow. I wanted to be having all the good qualities. So spiritual seekers, those who are interested in the Adhyatma Vidya, they want so many good inner qualities. All the Sat Guna they want. Daivi Sampat they want. All the gunas they want. The good qualities they want. Maitra, Maitri, Karuna, etc. etc. All these things they want. These internally I am not satisfied because I am lacking qualities. Externally I am not satisfied because I am lacking wealth. Either samsari or the spiritual sadhaka, both of them are in one of the categories. No, they are wanting. They want different things, but they are all wanting. What about this person who has reached the final goal? This person, Bhakya Bhyantara Purnaha. This person does not want anything. This person is ever fulfilled. The example is given for that. What is this beautiful example? Chiramaplutaiva kalashaha mahahrade janhutanayayaha. Janhutanayayaha mahahrade. In the Janhutanaya means the mother Ganga, the daughter of the sage Janhu. So, in the waters of the Ganga collected into a deep and broad pond, you can say Mahahrade means the deep waters of the Ganga. Chiram apluta kalashaha iva. For a long time, Chiram apluta means it has been something but has been put inside. Kalashaha, the kalasha which is the ceremonial pot, the ceremonial vessel, if it has been put inside the water, deep inside the water, in a huge ocean, it is put inside. Imagine in the river, it is put inside. Then it does not have any lack of water because it is always immersed in water, isn't it? The kalasha is you cannot say it is full also because it is immersed in water. There is no place for it to have more water because it is already within water. So within the water it lives. It is different from the full kalasha. See, the full kalasha means you pick the kalasha out of the water. You pick the pot out of the water. Now the pot contains water. So when it contains water, if you leave it outside, it may evaporate. Water may evaporate or it may spill. So it may have a little bit less water. That can happen. But here the kalasha has been placed inside the water, not only now, but it has been placed inside the water for a long time. So it doesn't experience any lack at all. One cannot say that this pot is lacking any water. This pot is immersed within water. It is as though the pot is only merely existing temporarily. You can say there is a pot, as though it is there. It is there. It is not really there. It is only the ocean itself is there. The waters of the Ganga are there, but the pot is having some temporary appearance as though it is within the Ganga. It is appearing. That's all. Reality is Ganga only. In the same way, the body of the Jnani exists within the consciousness. The consciousness is real. The body is experiencing the fullness always. So the body of the Jnani has some temporary relevance. For the Jnani, it has some temporary relevance. For us who are Ajnanis, the body of the Jnani has great relevance because one has to do worship of that Jnani to gain the knowledge. As far as the Jnani is concerned, the body is immaterial. The body has its own journey. It will stay as long as it is supposed to stay, but the Jnani has no use for it. because the Jnani has become identified with the waters of the Ganga itself. So he is not trying to add more water into the body or anything like that. He is already immersed in the Ganga. There is no requirement for him to gain more or any fear of losing any water also. It is a perennial river, you see, so water will always be there. There is no possibility of suffering. There is no possibility of any worry, no possibility of lack. Full and complete bliss is always experienced. So this is uh, verse number 164. There is one more verse, which is the last verse of this particular chapter. This verse we will see because it is beautiful summary of whatever we have seen before. This we will see in the next meeting and continue with the next chapter, which is again going to talk about sadhana bhakti. It's again going to talk about this parabhakti. This parabhakti is being talked about here, which is the same as Advaita Jnanam. Sadhana bhakti, which is the Advaita bhakti, practitioner bhakti, you can say bhakti which has to be practiced and which is in the realm of um, seva to Ishvara, in the realm of remembrance of Ishvara, etc. That kind of bhakti, which is sadhana bhakti, will be talked about in the next chapter, which we will see in the next meeting.